Before installing the Integrel system, it's really important to do a physical survey of the boat that you're going to install on to find out where to put each of the individual components. With every system, there will be a bespoke wiring diagram supplied. This gives all the information you need to connect the system up as it should be. The batteries are some of the largest and heaviest items that you'll be installing on the boat, so it's really important that they're low down and central to the boat, as this will affect the trim. The battery switch should be close to the batteries and reasonably accessible. There are no formal requirements for the location of the bus bars. They should be around the middle of the system to minimise cable losses. It is best practice to keep more than a spanner's length between the positive and the negative bus bars. It should not be possible to short between the two bus bars while working on them. Depending on the make and model of the engine, the Integrel generator may sit outside of the envelope of the engine. In this case, we have actually had to slightly modify the engine box to allow for the Integrel generator to be fitted. The controller should be mounted within 3 meters of the generator and in a cool, dry place. The screen can be located away from the rest of the system. The most important thing to note is it should be visible from the main saloon area, so users can see any alerts that are displayed on the screen. When choosing a location for the inverter, it's important to find a place that's relatively dry. It's also important to note the weight and the size of the inverter, as these can be limiting factors as to where you can put it. It's important to have some clear space around the inverter to allow for airflow. When choosing a location for the DC-DC converter, it's important to find somewhere fairly dry with a good amount of space around to allow air for cooling. Because we're converting from 48 volts to 12 volts, it makes most sense to use smaller cables and run the 48 volts closer to the 12 volt batteries or 24 volt. One of the reasons for having the DC-DC converter in this location is we're in fairly close proximity to the existing 12 volt battery bank.